across the line, drops it for Potvin. He shoots and scores! The record has been tied. The Yours all-time record of 915 points.
Fourth winning this cup, and by God, we did it, and we thank God for it.
Well, what's in store for you
Not
now?
have any regrets, not want to go through it again. Just have that book on the shelf and know that you've enjoyed every minute of it. And the Hockey Hall of Fame in Ottawa and the induction, that's what it represents to me.
I'm proud of what I did. I'm extremely proud of who I played for.
The record has been tied. The Yours all-time record of 915 points.
I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that I grew up here. I came here as a teenager and left as a man. Came here as a rookie, left as a veteran. And all of you were very much part of that. So that makes you as close to me as almost anyone in my life. Thank you.
The pursuit of hockey immortality began before he ever put on a pro uniform. With his flashy moves and offensive skill, Bobby Orr had changed the rules for NHL defensemen. And even while Potvin was back in juniors, people wondered if he could carry the mantle. Game by game, point by point, year by year, Potvin made the inexorable march on Orr's record for points by a defenseman. And then, on December 7th, 1985... Bossy across the line, drops it for Potvin. He shoots and scores! The record has been tied as Denis Potvin equals Bobby Orr's all-time record of 915 points in NHL history. And wouldn't you know, a sniper, Mike Bossy, left the puck for him. If Orr was the biggest shadow hanging over Potvin, his fiercest nemesis was the hostile crowd at Madison Square Garden. Back in 1979, a Potvin Czech left Ranger Ulf Nilsson with a broken ankle. Since that time, Potvin had become the target of a ritualistic chant of "Potvin sucks" every time he played in the Garden.
You know, probably the hardest time in my life was when I was lying down about 2:30 in the afternoon at the Penta Hotel across the street from the Garden, trying to get some rest before the game, and just knowing that as soon as I walked out of the building, there were going to be people on the street, and it was going to start. And people would chant throughout my walk, right from the Penta Hotel to the rink. So I got to the point where I wouldn't be able to rest during the afternoon, so I decided I'll go to the rink at 2:30 or 3 o'clock and maybe avoid all of that, and I usually did avoid it.
The hockey gods couldn't have written a better script. Potvin got the record-setting point at the Garden against the Rangers, on a pass to guess who?
I knew Boss knew exactly where I was on the ice, maybe more so than anybody else on the team, and I knew where he was. And there was a sense there that's hard to describe, but people who have played sports, and that, you know, that quarterback who rolls out, he just knows that the favorite receiver is going to be there. I'm in trouble. I've got to move the puck. I'll move it to that area. Geez, a great pass. I mean, it's almost like when I broke the record, Orr's record in Madison Square Garden. I was dying. I had to get off the ice. I'd been on the ice for an extra long shift, and Boss had just come on, and I'm going up the ice, and I'm facing this way. Guys are cutting me off, and I don't see the far side. But boy, that's the side that Boss patrols. So I just moved that puck hard, and I looked up. Puck was right on his stick. It made me look like I had a good pass, but Boss was there. He knew he was coming. Went on to score the goal, and that broke the record.
For Potvin, silencing the Garden crowd was sweet.
As it turned out, once I was able to deal with it and turned it into a positive, boy, I tell you, I was pumped for those games. And I really put everything I had into it because it's the only way I knew how to answer these people. With a win, with personally a good game, and just the satisfaction of taking 2 points out of Madison Square Garden.
The Garden Gang may not have appreciated it, but Potvin retired as the leading defensive scorer of all time. He has since been erased in that department, but when he retired at the end of the 1987-88 season, he left behind an impressive personal slate that guaranteed his place in the Hall of Fame.
It just represents a culmination of all the awards, individual and collective team awards, the bruises, the pains, the victories, the joys. You know, all of them can be brought up like that. And it's all in that book. And that's what it represented to me. Just probably the greatest of all awards and the ring of all rings to wear the Hall of Fame ring.
I've been a very fortunate man, having been a captain of 4 Stanley Cup hockey teams. Had the opportunity to set many records and win a lot of Stanley Cups. Mesdames et messieurs, je vous remercie sincèrement. Vous m'avez touché profondément. Merci. Thank you. Good night.